Welcome, everyone.
Oh, we're doing
Hey, no, let's keep going. It's real talk.
Real. Yep.
It's real talk. Yeah.
You got to hit the yeah. Real talk.
Ho, ho, ho.
Not
It's real talk.
Not pork. Talk. Real talk.
Real talk.
Real pork. Have you heard? Real pork is actually the #1 catchphrase in Australia. Isn't that amazing?
I don't know what to say to that. You know,
It's
I hate
pretty
it. You know, I hate it.
Well,
You know, you ruin our intro by saying real pork in there.
I ruin it, or I make it better. Come on, let's be honest.
I'm going to be honest. Some people have started using it as a catchphrase. I hate it.
Yep.
It's not my... Anyway, fuck. I
Yeah.
think I just want to get it straight into this because it's on the top of my
Yes.
head, and I wanted to say it. I fucking feel so weird today.
Yeah.
This is going to be a hot episode because I got some real feelings.
Oh, and
ready
it's
for you to.
fucking hot in here. But that's all right. It's going to get hot, people. Tune in, listen.
I saw an ex-girlfriend today, and it's really like I have some big feeling. I feel like I feel heartbroken.
Oh.
Heartbroken. I feel it in my heart.
Is she kind of a one that got away? Is that what?
Nah.
I
I've just got to tell you some of the story, but feel free to do your thing while I'm getting...
Jump in.
Yeah.
Sorry. Are we allowed to ask... Can you use at least a fake name or something so we can...
I'm not going to say... Yes, I'm not going to say her name.
Okay, it's Melissa. We'll go with Melissa
No, God.
as a name.
It's not Melissa. Cliffhangers. I ended on cliffhangers. Last people's story. I was with this woman. I use girl, women interchangeably. Get over it.
I like that.
I was with this girl at that time that I keep talking about starting using drugs.
Oh, okay. Now.
And she was the first person that when I've been telling people about this today, they said, I feel fucked today because I'm in shock from seeing this ex.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is real, so I'm like losing track of where I'm up to.
Yeah.
Big feelings for me.
Just to let the listeners know quickly,
What?
when I came to see Ryan to start this podcast, he's been very weird because there obviously was something big.
You didn't let on that.
You didn't want to tell me.
You didn't let on that you thought that.
Well,
happened.
I thought you were going to announce your love for me.
Yeah, you're gay. You can't bleep that. Bleep that.
Bleep. Yes.
Blur
No.
that.
Okay. May you please continue?
This happened today. I got to tell some of my friends that I work with, and they said, "What, like using what you're using with her?" No, she didn't use.
Okay.
She was normal. And don't get weird, but me using it. You know what I mean when I say normal. Don't get all weird.
That's right.
And I was normal. Well, I've never been normal, but my weird non-using self. And then I started using, and broad strokes, I became a crackhead. And then she was forced to date me, a crackhead. And I treated her horribly, and I cheated on her many times. That's probably going to be the most vulnerable thing I say on this podcast because it doesn't matter. No, I don't even want to defend it. Let other people think and what they want of me.
Yep.
And
Feel good?
I was an...
To get
No,
it
it doesn't.
bit out though?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And I was an asshole, and I made her life hell. And at the very end, especially, I called her the most horrible things because I was fucked in the head. And she had to basically flee that relationship. And that was... It's now so weird to think how long ago, because it feels like yesterday.
I was going to say, is
but
this
it was
the first time you've seen her
several
since?
years ago. That's the first time I've seen her since.
Wow.
And it was a big shock
Yeah.
to me, and I'm still...
Did you talk, or did you just see her from a distance?
No, I went into the sushi shop, and I saw her there, and it was a big shock.
Wow.
And you asked me, did I say anything? And I saw her, and I thought, I've got to... I don't want to... I thought, now is not the time for this. I want to leave, but I don't want to just not acknowledge what's going on. So I said, hi. She was with a friend. She looked up and smiled and looked happy to see me, and I felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I said, I said, hi, I'm going to go now because I feel very uncomfortable. And then I left.
Yeah.
And then my body blew up.
Yep.
Because I hadn't seen her since, and I don't know how to describe. I never got to, look, all of that stuff that happened was my fault. And the result of it, of being drugs on drugs at the time, was really, I never got to process that as a breakup. So all that stuff hit me, poor me. No one's pitying me right now. Good. So, it just blew up.
All right, there's so many little questions. One of them.
What?
Were you like clean when you started going out with her?
Yeah.
Okay, so you started doing, did she know that you did
No,
drugs?
because I didn't. Oh, when I started.
Yeah.
I started
Or did you
well
hide it?
late into the relationship, and I didn't hide it because she's a cool chick, and
Okay.
this is like, she was a big loss. She's such a cool chick that I didn't have to. Fuck.
That would have blown your mind.
What?
That would have, I mean, okay, another quick question. Did you end up getting any sushi? That's all I'm thinking. I mean, because I'm a bit hungry.
Fuck.
Did you? Did you get, no?
I can't even, that's so funny.
Okay,
I can't even
fair
pretend
enough.
you're an asshole.
Was she working there or just lining up to get sushi as well? Because you said she was with a friend or something. I got really weird, intricate
she's
questions.
sitting there with a friend. And I'm not going to get, for her sake, I know. I'm no longer going to say 6 people listen to our podcast because it's now about 20.
And they're all going to the nearest sushi place looking for somebody.
But out of respect for
Absolutely.
her, I'm going to avoid saying anything to it.
Fair enough.
But what? No, this is so weird. She doesn't live here. The last I saw her, because we were together in Perth.
Okay, right.
I didn't know that she was still in Perth, so it's super weird to see her in Bunbury, the town where me and Jim live right now.
That's right. That's where we're stationed.
All our American and Balinese listeners.
Balinese, and there's actually a few
Ecuadorians.
There's a few Frenchies, I've heard.
Really?
Pardon. We are like the real men. They're real talk. Just like that.
Okay.
And roll with that, because that's embarrassing.
What is
my accent? What I just tried.
It's fine. I just
Okay.
Excuse me if I'm still up in my head right now about
you've shook me to the core.
I haven't even started with the shaking, man. To be honest, the story I told you about this breakup.
Yeah.
And my reaction to this moment right now hasn't even skimmed the surface.
Okay.
Anyway, but as far as anyone, hey, like it's maybe it's bad enough that this story of heartbreak. I never have let myself feel heartbreak, and I think that's why it's such a shock to me right now. I always
Yeah.
masked it had it covered up by drugs.
Are you heartbroken by that?
Yeah, I didn't know. Like,
or is she heartbroken?
I don't.
I think she is. Maybe.
I don't.
I know you don't feel good
I have
about
no idea,
it. Yeah.
and I am going to not make fun of her in any way.
No.
I'm just going to say no. I am surprised by myself that I think part of the shock for me was being hit with heartbreak.
Yeah.
In brackets, my own fault. Heartbreak at that time, so many years after the breakup, because I didn't have to go through it because I was on drugs, and then for years after, and then you know this, but there's a slowly rebuilding of a person. So you know, like I know the facts of like, oh, I had a good relationship with a really great girl, and I lost it, and I can accept that intellectually.
Yeah.
But I never had to feel it emotionally until today.
So is that quite a common thing for
What,
those?
heartbreak?
No. For those things, if they happen while you're in the depths of drugs and all of that,
Yeah.
like a big thing like that.
Yeah, you don't hear about it much because it doesn't
You don't-
happen to a lot of people as much as people.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Like
Bunch of people.
it's a delayed reaction.
God, we're
to
getting really
heartbreak.
serious on this.
Well, we
Say
have
something
to.
funny.
Funny.
Say something silly. Like say what rhymes with Jim.
Okay, what rhymes
Do a
with Jim?
dumb
Slim,
French
Jim,
accent.
I said Jim straight away.
God.
Last night I had a roast battle with Fiona, and I took it easy,
Yeah.
and people were annoyed.
Take it. Who's Fiona?
Very nice. Fiona is my girlfriend.
Some of our listeners can know who Fiona is.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
your.
I think she is. You'll have to ask her. She's asked me to move.
I'm leaving you out on
in.
this. I'm gonna just.
No. Yeah.
Silence.
Okay. So that broke the whole where we were heading.
Is that how afraid you are of like me not talking that you'll so quickly divert from your bit? It wasn't a threat to get you out of your bit.
No, I know.
It was just me honestly knowing like I'm going to struggle to. I just can't keep up with you. Don't think you're not.
No. A lot of people say that.
I know he's funny, by the way.
Wow.
We're starting to really have some fun with this podcast, especially as I know.
Yeah.
I know how people give me feedback and they tell me what they think of me and you and us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking to you, listener.
Ooh.
I know he's very funny.
Thank you.
Okay, I know that.
Do you guys want me to turn his microphone down a little
I
bit?
can't keep up. I can't keep up with it, and sometimes my head is like, I don't want to ruin the magic.
Yeah,
but
no,
like,
I'm a bit much. I'm a bit much.
We are two different wavelengths. It's like
Oh.
when they meet,
Fucking
they
A.
just make. Oh,
They don't make sweet love when they meet.
no.
They just go, "What the fuck are you?"
No.
And I've lost the point. We're different. Chalk and cheese.
Heartbreak. I don't know.
Heartbreak.
How many men actually let themselves? I'm starting to feel that I always derail my own, not only my point, but my own sentences. I know that, by the way. I know a friend of mine said, "Hey Ryan, the way you talk, you always start a sentence, quit it midstream, and then jump straight to the middle of it's like 3 sentences later."
You're pretty much having the whole conversation on your own, aren't you?
You're welcome. Fuck. Okay. So I feel like I went from being a drug user because I didn't let myself connect with feelings. I wasn't mature in that way.
Mm-hmm.
To now doing that thing that I thought, well, supposedly everyone else is, all other guys are doing healthily. That's why they don't need to turn to drugs. To now being on this side of it, being vulnerable and honest, and sometimes talking about stuff like heartbreak.
Yeah.
And other guys being shocked, like, how are you talking about that so vulnerably?
Not many. No guy does. No, I've never had this kind of conversation with any guy ever. It's
okay.
Good. It's good.
So why are they not all taking meth?
Well, no. Just as in, no, dudes don't want to get that deep. Unless it's in the
Yeah, I see that now.
You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, I think I'm a bit of a excitement seeker, hence the drugs and the jail, and now doing this thing that is actually scary, which is getting honest. It feels really good. But what I'm trying to say is like, because I think that now at the age of 45, I've learned to have the courage to like accept. Forget the fact that we're talking about it now on a podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
But like, has not all other guys been doing that when they've been heartbroken by a girl instead of covering up with drugs and alcohol? They've been going, oh, let me get into how this feels, process it, and then so I can move on in a healthy way.
No.
Nobody's doing that.
No. Not first.
I won't argue because I just don't know.
Well, yeah, and I suppose I can go on what I've felt and what I've heard.
What?
Heartbreak. The first time it gets
you don't have to get. I know you don't feel like you need to
join in with
do what I'm doing. Okay,
No.
I get it. It's hard.
Yeah.
But so don't feel like you need to get all vulnerable and personal and revealing, because I don't believe that's true or what this is about.
Fucking.
What?
You didn't even.
I'm trying to save you this
Turn
time.
down the volume. No, I know you were, but that's okay. Oh, I tell you, sometimes I get so into it and I'm thinking of my next point, and then Ryan says something and it throws me, and I'm sure I do this to him as well, and then I've lost my thought.
Well, don't worry, because I've always got something to say.
Brilliant. Go.
You derailed my
That
thought with that literal.
It was comedy gold. That should have been on video. Right, there you go, guys. You were part of history. Anyway, let's get back to being
just
vulnerable.
not meant to be. I know what it was. Okay.
I think most guys go through that. Most guys choose
You had your chance.
drugs. They go off the rails. They break the law. They do all of that because they want to do something that makes them hurt, because they think that is what they deserve after being heartbroken. They always think it's on them.
Okay. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
rough.
I do.
It's a rough thing, and everybody has different experiences, but yours is certainly unique.
Yeah. Okay, so it is harder to just feel into it, admit that you to yourself or anyone else that you hurt, process it, and not do all those crazy
Definitely.
motorbike stunts that you talked about.
Yeah.
I told a story last night.
Mm-hmm.
A story like the ones I normally tell. I'll just tell the story.
Yeah.
It was a story of like when I was in Bali and I was living in the ghetto of Bali. Believe it or not, Bali has a ghetto. And I fell in love with a crack whore next door.
Please tell me her name. Was it Ulala?
Aziza. Oh, I don't give a fuck if she
Aziza?
listens to this podcast. Aziza.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's pretty cool.
it's a cool name. Aziza is from Bunker Belitung, a little island off Sumatra.
I thought you were going to say Bunker Bay then. I was going to say, wow.
Bunker Belitung.
Okay.
In Indonesia, remote island in Indonesia. Anyway,
Nice.
so I fell in love with her. I used to go over to her apartment across the road and tell her I was in love with her.
Right.
She was crazy, so it was like, this is not.
Can I ask, did she have a job?
It was prostitution.
It was, yeah. That's what I was trying
Well,
to get at. Okay,
I don't.
definitely.
You say it crack whore. I don't say whore as a
Yeah. Okay.
slur.
She was a lady of the night?
Yeah.
A hooer?
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you're supposed to say that. I don't care. You will understand why when I tell you this story.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. And she would come over to my apartment, and I'll say she did one time.
Yeah.
She came over to my apartment, knocked on my door, and said, Ryan, yes, I love you. I was really happy, man. I was excited.
Yeah.
Thought, okay, this is finally got to work out. And then she said, I can't do the accent right now. But hold on. Wait a minute. You go, I'll try to do the accent. You go outside. I was on the first floor balcony. You go outside to balcony.
Yeah.
And so I went outside to the balcony. She went downstairs.
Right.
Hopped on the motorbike of some guy, some customer that she called out earlier.
Right.
So that she could go up to my place, tell me she loved me, and then wave to me to mock me as she rode off on her motorbike with her customer. Yeah. So I told that story last night, and a friend of mine said, it wasn't funny. It was like, it was at a little stand-up comedy thing. So it wasn't funny. I don't care that it wasn't funny. To me, by the way, that story is the essence of a joke.
Yeah.
It is very, very
Absolutely.
funny to me.
Yeah.
Very actually painful last time. At that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
My friend said, "Gosh, that's so brave to tell." You look confused too.
Well, yeah.
And I was confused. I felt confused.
You're not ashamed of that story in any way,
well,
are you?
No.
Like, so you've...
No.
Yeah, it doesn't... You don't go... When you tell that story, you're not still kind of going, oh, that fucking bitch, she got me there. You're completely over it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know that it's a story of the pain of me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I love that it... Is it very funny? Anyways, my point being, connecting to what we were talking about vulnerability, is like my first, as like how confused, brave. What does it mean when? It's like I'm literally confused. What does it mean to be brave?
The definition.
Yeah.
There's a burning building, baby, top floor. I run in, save the baby. That's brave.
Yeah, I'm not saving any babies.
No way,
Just
I wouldn't go anywhere near
telling
it.
a story of
Not even if it's my own baby.
Trying to get free sex with a crack whore. Like I make a half joke there. I did feel like I was in love with her.
Yeah.
Saving babies. So it's like it's overcoming your fear. Okay.
Essentially, yeah.
What is there possibly to be afraid of in me telling that story?
Possible embarrassment of one of our friends giving you
the fear of fear of embarrassment.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I won't challenge the idea any further. Not embarrassed. Not putting myself at risk of embarrassment.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess people. I don't need to. I'm not looking to find a way to credit myself as being brave.
No.
I do no longer tell that story with risk of embarrassment. So I think what bothered me then was then the use of the word brave was suggesting that I myself was at risk of embarrassment.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's not really the right word then, is it?
No.
But you know what brave is the right word for?
No, Joe, it wasn't. I'm sorry, I don't want to use this. Can
Yeah, you go.
I don't want to use this podcast as my own. Wait a minute, that's not true. I want to use this podcast as my own personal platform to get
and
my.
We don't care if nobody's listening.
Undefendable, unchallengeable opinions by the people I talk about. I try not to do that, but I will do it in the fucking whatever. I'm sorry. What?
I do have the definition of brave.
God, this is a good episode.
First day in jail, patting the main fucker on the head, and then being hit by about 8 or 9 ninjas without knowing.
Thank you.
That is brave. I still can't believe you patted him on the head.
I wasn't brave. I was out of...
That's still brave. That's you.
Thank
still you.
Okay, I'm brave.
So how's it out there in listener land? What do you normal people get up to? Because after we finish this podcast, we jump on a jet we usually go to Las Vegas, but Ryan's a bit off Las Vegas at this moment. So I've decided we're going to go to the casino up in Perth with...
I got a story about that.
Have you?
When I got out of jail and I got deported from Perth, the first place I went to was the casino. Yeah. Because of my fucking parents. Yeah. I told you the only ones there to pick me up at the airport.
Hang on. Whoa. Are you telling me there was no TV station there to jump on this idea?
Thanks for trying to make it scandalising. We all know that's not true.
It is a scandal.
Go back and listen to earlier podcasts.
Fuck Chappelle.
Or not, because our podcasts are getting better. Fucking Chappelle.
Yeah, I got a fucking boogie bird. Fuck you. You didn't even do it. He did it. I challenge you, corpse. I'm putting it down. Actually, fuck it. Yeah, people do this. I'm putting it out there. Chappelle, bring it.
Can I tell you, I feel like I'm unleashing the beast and getting worse and worse and less scared of
anyone
but being cancelled. No one cancels a podcast that only 20 people listen to.
It's literally if we just stop doing it.
She's not even that hot.
Chappelle.
Do you remember the headlines? Beautiful woman
Balls.
caught with...
Meanwhile, this fucking genius gem. I mean, look at his chiseled face. He is Ken to Barbie.
I never claimed to be a handsome man who gets arrested in prison.
No.
But I didn't.
I tell you what.
Go along with the tagline, beautiful woman caught with marijuana and boogie board. Well, maybe if you're... Oh, that's a very racist
blind
thing to say.
No, why is it racist?
The thing that I was about to say.
Okay, yeah.
Stop myself.
Good.
Okay.
So, the casino, you got...
My parents pissed me off.
Yeah.
I said, stop the car. Fuck you, stop the car. I'm getting out.
Yeah.
Took the $50 that my mum had gave me.
Yep.
And went to the casino. By the way, guys, if you ever want to buy meth... In brackets, don't buy meth.
Don't ever, but if you want to.
In brackets. Go to McDonald's at Crown Casino. Ask anybody there.
Are you serious? Really?
Oh, not public knowledge, apparently.
Well,
yeah.
I've never bought it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I walked to casino. It's still a fucking long way.
Because I was going to say, wow, I'm surprised that you want to go and have a gamble.
Yeah.
After you've just got out of jail. But you would, yeah. Did you find somebody, by the way?
Gamble. Well, yeah, of course.
Oh, there was somebody.
Bought drugs, got on it. This story's really coming full circle because, and then I walked into the town, I took the train into the city.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Bumped into a few people from my old life in that city, Perth.
Okay.
From before and after my crazy using days in that city, including a close friend of my ex-girlfriend, and I just started...
Wow.
That we were talking about
earlier.
Very.
And does it make you think, like you did all of that happened, and those people that are in the city have just been doing fuck all while you've had that massive experience?
To be honest.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. I knew I could fantasize about how much judgment was piled onto me, but a lot of it deserved after being such an asshole to a lot of my friends because of my drug using.
If a lot of your friends were druggies as well, you were probably all...
No, they weren't. I had normal, I'm doing air quotes, normal friends.
Oh, okay.
I was the one that started using meth.
Yeah.
And then, of course, started hanging out with other meth users.
Not friends, yeah.
I had friends that I treated badly and stopped being my friends. But to be honest about your question, yes, did always think when I come back, fuck you, at least I'm doing something with my life.
At least I got a fucking 5-minute set, motherfuckers, and it's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, it's not funny yet. My Thailand stories are not funny yet.
They are funny. They are funny. You just got to let somebody else tell them. That was a joke.
Oh, let me pretend to say, fuck you, I'm angry.
It is funny, and it's, well done, to be honest. I think I've said this before, so I don't want to jerk your gherkin, but to be able to make that into, a comedy set is awesome.
Yeah,
because most people would be completely broken.
Yeah,
by
but my top set at the moment is my homeless material.
Yeah, he's not homeless, by the way. He's not.
Yeah. And second after that, I got some other jokes about cancer and
All the good stuff.
Japan.
Hanging out
No,
with Ross
like-
at the Burley.
Yeah, but got some good stuff about Ross.
Burley. Yeah, Ross.
But I'm working on making the Thailand stories into bits, and I think part of it is...
Therapy?
Do you want to talk about this?
You obviously don't. We can change it.
No, I do. I'm just checking that
I'm happy if you're happy.
you still...
So,
well, let me just get into...
All
what
right,
was I saying? That another part of... I think because I want to tell the stories. They're already funny to me. They were pretty amazing at the time, even the most horrible ones. Like I was collecting and going, like, oh, that's going to be very funny. This hurts really a lot right now.
really? Were you at the time?
Getting emotionally abused by crack whores and getting beaten up in jail. I thought, no, for real. I thought, fuck, this is dope. Fuck, this is so dope. Oh, could you imagine making a podcast about this later?
If only I had a
survived.
notebook
Yeah.
back then.
But with real pain at the same time.
Of course, yeah.
So, but now they're not funny yet, and I'm just finding out why. Because they are jokes in the events, like the one I told you about, the crack whore mocking me as she rode off with her customer. And get knocked out in jail for touching a cigar in the head. So there's something when I tell as I tell you, when I tell the stories, because the response is normally things like this: "Oh, aren't you brave?" Or "Can you tell that story differently so that we don't feel sorry for you?" God, that makes me so mad because there's nothing about the telling of the story that is me inviting. I'm not saying it.
Them. It's
By
on
the way,
them.
yeah, and I'm not saying that's not a real feeling you have in response to someone hearing my story. Is like, we feel sorry for you. Fucking whatever. That's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you.
That's
I'm not
right.
inviting it.
No.
I don't invite it.
Can you change it so I find it a bit more appealing? No. No, I can't.
But
That's the
it is
story,
on
though.
me to make it funny. I don't have to. But when I say my goal, and sometimes I do, is that I want it to be funny. That's on me when it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not other people's fault for not finding it funny.
No,
So,
that's true.
yeah.
I am going to bring up something in a couple of minutes. So I want you to realise I'm going to put your brain to work in a couple of minutes. So get ready. It's going to be on the spot, and you better be ready to go. No thinking, no waiting, just straight into it. Your answer.
Okay.
All right, cool. Now I'll just try to change the subject so you're not ready for it.
Yeah, to what?
So, have you seen any good cartoons lately? Because seriously, it's been a while.
It's weird. Was seeing my ex today. God, I
Yeah.
just want to acknowledge that's real. Go, have a watch any cartoons.
No, don't worry about it. I do want to ask
No, I wasn't. That was not me. It was just like me being honest about my, like,
I thought you were done talking about it. I've
cartoons.
got
Yeah,
more
I know. No, I am. Cartoons.
Yeah.
Have
those
I seen any
drawings.
cartoons? I don't watch TV.
Fucking hell.
What?
Oh, Jesus. You don't watch TV?
Yeah, what's that reaction for? Because
you do watch TV.
I am doing creative stuff all the time instead of watching fucking TV.
Yeah. Fine. Well, then that story goes
Or
nowhere.
because you can't. Okay. Wait a minute.
Right, stop. Are you ready for your question?
I used to, does this help you? I used to watch Rick and Morty before it jumped the shark and got shit last two series. Does that help you? I've seen Rick and Morty.
I've never watched an episode. Is that about the Back to the Future guys?
Very funny, and he was a bit my idol when I was watching it at the time when I started using meth, and I thought, here we go,
Jesus,
because
how old
I'm
were you?
37.
Oh, I thought you were like a young.
You know what we said about
watching cartoons.
Dr. House? I didn't watch the Dr. House show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very much I live in the fantasy of recreating, I'm that TV character. I'm Joey from Friends.
Yeah.
I'm Rick from
Rick and
Rick
Morty.
and Morty.
Yeah.
I'm the genius, but I can use hardcore drugs and be a party animal. But it's okay because I'm a genius.
Yeah, I'm a genius,
And
and
people
I've got
will
a
find
cane.
it cute and funny.
Yeah, and want to date me and give me moolah.
Anyway, What? So what?
Yeah.
What did you want to say?
You see this girl right now.
You're pointing at me.
What did you want to say?
Why are you saying...
Shh. What did you want to say to her?
But I have to... Don't shush me. I have to understand your question. You know,
The girl that you saw today. You know how you wish that you could have maybe said something?
yeah, what?
Go. Tell me what you'd say. Look at me. I'm her.
I don't regret...
Hi, Ryan. I haven't seen you for a while.
I didn't say anything because she
Why
was
are you
there
yelling
with
at
her
me?
fucking friend. I didn't want to embarrass her.
Please stop yelling
saying,
at me, Ryan.
I
I'm the girl now. I'm playing her. Hello, Ryan. Good to see you.
I'm going to find out if I really want to do this bit because it's real to me. Let me try. Let me get into this for a little bit. Okay.
It's good to see you. I know there was...
I am not doing that. Congratulations.
Real talk.
You found my point.
We got real talk there.
You found my point.
Brilliant.
I can't do that with you.
Yeah, that's all right. And not many people would. It's fine. That's a huge thing. That's why I said...
I'm welling up in the eyeballs a little bit.
And on that note...
Isn't that beautiful? Men who still don't either use crack or cry.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
We're drier than a lizard's ass. No moisture from no crying.
Space. This is me just giving that room. Because I just like, sometimes when you say these odd things, I know. I don't know how to react.
I know.
I'll be honest that it's not a judgment, but also just,
I'm
waving my hands in the air. I'm physically giving that comment space because I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know. I've listened back and I've realised I'm crazy. And I feel sorry for you. Trying to work through some of the stuff I say.
Whoa.
See, I'm doing it now.
Whoa. This is big.
I can see clearly
By the
now.
way, hey, I want to read something we've got written on the wall. It was actually for me, but I think Jim's been reading it. It says...
I don't. You didn't put that up, did you?
We have to read it now because otherwise people listening will get mad for saying it and I'm not telling them.
All right.
It says... Can you excuse me? They're going to stand up to go and get it, to read it.
Now, this is allegedly something to do with me. I mean, this could be just false. I don't know. Uh-oh. He's back.
Now, I'm not gonna edit this to make us look cool. It literally says, get into a challenge and evolve and grow. I think Jim is evolving and growing right here. Now, I'm sorry, you said that you listen to yourself back and start to think that you might be crazy.
Well, crazy. I noticed how I talk to you must be very confusing. Because I'm not, obviously, I mean, I'm not very, obviously, I'm not very, I don't use lots of words. I'm not like that. I'm not good on those kind of things. But, so I see your struggle. I can hear it and go, oh, I really made it tricky for him there. It's because I just say things without thinking. Shit, fuck, balls, like that. Mm-hmm. I have like normal, not just every now and again Tourette's.
Okay. But to be fair to you... Okay. Don't everyone say that I'm always a bully to Jim. Friend of the show, Ross, and comedian Ross Gear, when you are with him, that you don't have that problem. Because he can banter in that same... I love our banter. I think our banter is top-notch champagne, 110%.
It's not so much my banter. It's I realise after listening to our podcast that the way I talk, sometimes I run riddles.
The way you...
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I run riddles. I start something.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I don't know why we're recording this. I mean, this is just me saying I'm bad at doing this.
I'm not going to challenge that.
Yeah, I've just noticed that. So.
Yeah, I was just riding the lightning on that one.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to read out the other.
What's the other one?
What's the other one? The one
Well,
that
the
I
ones
left
that you wrote.
Well, I didn't write. That was you, and it's signed by you. So there's a note up there.
Okay. Well, should we
Leave
end
that.
on this? Because like this has been an emotional roller coaster. I'm about wiped.
Yeah.
But should we end on reading this is notes.
Would you like me to
No, but,
read it or not?
okay, yeah, you read it.
You sure? Sure.
Yeah,
no.
that'll-
How about we leave on
That'll make more. What?
Yeah.
We have to read it now.
we have to leave on a happy, funny.
God, I hope this is recording.
Shiny, happy people holding hands. I hate that band. Oh,
I'm just going to give that space.
Sorry?
No, never mind. That's going to become a catchphrase. I'll explain it to you after the show.
Thank you. All right. Here we go. Now, this is 100% what Ryan wrote down. These are Ryan's notes. Number 1, listen to Jim more. Number 2, compliment Jim on his dope fashion sense. Number 3, start to dress like Jim. I thought that was a bit much, but that's cool. Number 4, change podcast name to Real Jim. That I like. All right. Number 5, get a awesome matching tattoo with Jim. You want to get matching tattoos? Really? Cool. All right. Number 6. Oh, number 6 is a bit much. Finally, propose to my dearest Jim. Signed, Ryan Leon. It's French. So that... Have you stopped the podcast? Are we still? Is it still recording? I hope you haven't cut me off.
I'm so glad I don't have to be fake on this podcast. That's
You
been
don't.
real talk.
Thank you for sharing, Ryan.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, real talk.
Oh. Ready? Let's go. Real talk.
That was real talk.